Hi everyone, Catherine here. Graphing a parabola on MyLab Math is a little tricky, so I thought I'd work one with you today. First, let's write the equation. Y equals x plus 3 squared minus 2. What I like to do is write the formula right underneath it. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right. Now our vertex, the ordered pair is HK, and that's what makes this equation really nice. Now the H value is the opposite of what we see. Now we see a positive 3, but we put in a negative 3. Now our K is exactly what we see, and that's negative 2. That's great. So that's our vertex. Now the question asks for 2 additional points. And that, if I can make my XY table nice here, I'm trying. XY, that's actually pretty easy. Let's just randomly pick a number. I'm going to pick 3, okay? Just random out of the air. I'm going to put 3 in for x. So 3 plus 3 squared minus 2. 3 plus 3 is 6 squared minus 2. That gives us 36 minus 2, which is 34. Now, this is a point on our parabola, but the problem is when I look at my graph, my x values have to be between negative 10 and 10. My y values have to be between negative 10 and 10. So I need to pick a different number. Let's pick 0. 0 plus 3 squared minus 2. We'll have 0 plus 3, which is 3 squared, minus 2. That's 9 minus 2, and that's 7. And guess what? 0, 7 is going to fit on our graph. Now, how are we going to find the other point? I'm going to go down here a little bit on my picture. Not too far. And I'm going to make a graph. I didn't have to go that far, but that's okay. First, I'm going to graph our vertex, and that's negative 3, negative 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, here's my ordered pair. I'm going to put V for vertex. Now, the point that I found was 0, 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Better count that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now remember that it goes on forever. Okay. Now I want to draw what's called the axis of symmetry. And so I'm going straight up from my vertex. Now I didn't mention that if we looked back, our A is positive, so I know it's going to look like this. So that's why my axis of symmetry I drew up instead of down. Now, the axis of symmetry tells us that if I'm 3 places to the right to this point, I have to be 3 places to the left to this point. So guess what? We don't have to figure out another ordered pair. We have it right here. And what is this ordered pair here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6, and then 7. And that's our second ordered pair. Let's go graph this guy. I do want to mention that you can make this graph larger. All right, I'm going to move this over so we can see it. I am going to make this larger. Okay, keep going over. All right. You probably won't have to make this too big in your browser, but I want to make sure that everyone can see what I'm doing. Now on the very bottom, you're going to see, I'm going to click my parabola. Now it says a 3-point quadratic tool, so that's why we need 3 points. So the first thing I'm going to graph is my vertex. So we're going to go to negative 3, negative 2, and click. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to graph 0, 7. I'm not going to click anything. I'm just going to move my mouse, and I'm going to go up to 0, 7. Cool. Now we need our third point. You're going to love this. I'm just going to put my cursor here. Now this is the axis of symmetry, right? I'm going to go over to 6. That's what we figured out, right? Negative 6, 7. Ooh, let's see if we're right. I'm going to check the answer. Yay, we're right. But let's try another one. I'm going to pause the video and I want you to try this one by yourself and then press play and we're going to work it together. Here's our next one. So I wrote it out. Now I'm going to write my formula. Y equals A times X minus H squared plus K. Our vertex is H, K. So from that equation, our vertex is going to be -2, -2. Cool. Now we need to find 2 points. So I'm going to make my XY table, and I'm going to randomly guess another point for X. But remember, it has to fit on our graph. I'm just going to put in 0. We had pretty good luck with the last one. Now remember, it's just random. Now when you go through and find your Y value and it's too big, just pick a smaller X. Let's put 0 in for X. -2. 0 plus 2 is 2. We have 2 squared minus 2. That gives us 4 minus 2. And 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, well, that's going to fit on our graph. 0, 2. Now we have to find another ordered pair, another point on our graph. I'm going to once again try my best to graph here. All right. And then try my best again. All right. Well, you get the idea. My ordered pair is -2, -2. So -2, -2. And this is my vertex. We figured out an ordered pair on the graph as 0, 2. Let's draw our axis of symmetry. All right. Now, once again, I forgot to mention that our A value is positive, so I know it's going to look like that. If my A value was negative, it's going to look like that. So that's why my axis of symmetry I made up instead of down. Now let's count how far we are from the axis of symmetry to this ordered pair. We're 2. 2. All right. And what is this ordered pair? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is -4. And then we're up 1, 2. So this is -4, 2. All right, we have everything we need to graph. So let's go over and graph. I'm going to make this larger. All right, and our formula kind of disappeared. It's kind of nice. You can move things to make them bigger or smaller. That's pretty cool. I clicked on my parabola here. I'm going to put in the vertex first. So our vertex is -2, -2. Now I forgot to mention this last time, but you see the ordered pair -2, -2? That's because that's where my cursor is. Now watch as I move my cursor. The numbers, the ordered pairs change. 0, 2. Okay, that's our other ordered pair. Now, here is my axis of symmetry. I'm over 2 to the right. I'm going to go over 2 to the left and then up 2, and that's -4, 2. Let's check it. Yay! We did it. Hopefully this is going to help you when you graph. It's a little difficult. It takes a little bit to get used to, but I definitely know you can do it. Thanks for hanging out, and if you have any other questions, just let me know.